Greg Landsman. Congressman, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Very much appreciate it. Do you think that Democrats, given some of the stories and allegations that have come out about Abrego Garcia, are starting to back away from talking about this issue, for pushing his cause?
Well, no, I think the point is that everyone deserves due process, that most Americans, and you see this in the polling, disapprove of a no process removal because they know that if somebody can be removed from the United States without any process, then they could be subject to such removal. So that's all. Follow the law. If a court orders you to do something, you do that, whether you're the president or anyone else, and get serious about border security, pass a bipartisan border security bill, and get serious about immigration reform. Most Americans don't like lawlessness and the chaos around this. So I think they made a mistake at the White House, and instead of fixing it, they continue to play this game, which you see in the polls. Most Americans hate it. Just, everyone does due process, and if they've committed a crime, they get removed.
Do you think the conversations within the Democratic Party have changed around issues on immigration, not just with this particular case, but immigration largely, just given how poorly the party performed in the 2024 midterms on that issue?
Yeah, I think there are more and more Democrats like me who are really serious about border security, really serious about immigration reform. The party was for a long, long time, from Bill Clinton to Barack Obama. I mean, this has been one of those things that Democrats have been leading on.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think there was lots of things that were, that took center stage, the pandemic, other things, the economy. But, the fact is you're seeing more and more folks like me who have been saying for a long, long time, like, we got to get serious about border security, and we got to get serious about immigration reform. That one of my frustrations isn't the Abrego Garcia thing is bad in the sense that you can't ignore a court order. And you got to have due process. But my bigger issue is that he is not working with the United States Congress on a durable solution to the border or immigration reform. That's my frustration. And there are Republicans who feel that way too, which is, this is not what people signed up for. They signed up for a structured process, and real border security.
And Republicans are going back and forth on whether to cap Medicaid payments to states. Do you think this is going to be a primary argument for Democrats heading into next year's midterms?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, I think they're going to have a hard time with reconciliation or this budget. It's a terrible budget in that it has these tax cuts for Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, the super, super wealthy, at the expense of millions of people. They're going to lose their health care, or their health care costs are going to go up. And I don't think they have the votes because there's a group of Republicans who say no new deficit spending. There's a group of Republicans who say don't cut health care. The bipartisan majority that would pass a budget bill would pass one that said everyone gets their tax cuts. Everyone except for the super wealthy. Those are going to expire, and we're not going to add any money to the deficit, and we're not going to cut your health care.
When it comes to entitlements and making sure you tackle the debt, most budget experts agree you got to do something with entitlements, so they're just not going to be there for future generations. Both parties now seem to whistle right past that. Are there any serious conversations in Congress anymore about addressing the national debt, or have we moved beyond that?
The national debt, for sure. This is a big deal for me. I mean, I think we have to put ourselves on a trajectory to a balanced budget. We did this in the 90s, and so there is a framework. The framework is you got to hold down spending in certain areas. These earned benefits, Social Security, healthcare, those are different. Don't mess with those. And I would put veterans benefits in that mix too. But there are other things. Now, I'm hawkish on defense, so I don't. I want to have a strong national defense. You have to fix the tax system. You have to make sure that, like the rest of us, the people at the top are paying all their taxes. I hear from my Republican colleagues all the time, look at all this wealth, look at all this wealth. Yes, but those folks aren't paying taxes like the rest of us. It's very frustrating and unfair to have the super wealthy hoard more and more of our money because the tax system is so broken. Fix the tax system, balance your budget.
All right, Congressman Greg Landsman, thanks for joining us.